Rimworld is an indie space colony management game developed by Ludian Studios, a Canadian-based game studio founded by Tynan Sylvester. Are you searching for a game that will live forever? This game has literally drank from fountain of youth and will never grow old. It has made its name amongst the legendary games like Dwarf Fortress, Age of Empires and Civilizations. Learning this game is a little difficult, but once you get hang of it, you will get a game with indefinite true replayability in return, which is a magnificent trade. Little effort for unlimited fun. You can call Rimworld by any name, such as colony management game, resource gathering and character interactions, but Tynan describes this game as a story builder. This game's minimalistic art style may be a barrier for some to give this game a chance, but once you get hang of it, you will definitely try to search internet with merchandise with this art style like me. I feel like this art style complements the complexity of the game very well. The moment you start the game, a beautiful music will hypnotize you and make you believe that you are somewhere in the future world where humans have found a way to space travel different planets of different stars using crypto sleep in sarcophagus, which preserves sleeping human body forever. So before starting discussion about the games, I would like to share my personal experience with the game so that you can get some idea how happening this game is. I have recently played this game with my 8-year-old son. The name of my son is Farouk. So we named a pawn who was a fast learner, had good medical and intellectual skills after him. Then of course I had to be in the game, so I named a pawn with kind heart, having good combat skills with good crafting skills on myself, that is Sajid. Then we selected a female pawn, named her Nadia. Nadia was incapable of social, hauling and caring, just like modern feminists. Though she was artistic and a good miner, the game started with these three pawns only: Farouk, me, Sajid and Nadia. They built together their colony, slowly planning everything. We started growing food, building defense, doing research along with battling various raids and challenges like heat waves, solar flares, short circuit, fire and of course defending ourselves from brutal raids. Sometimes we had to fight against mad animals also. The most annoying challenge was blight that destroyed all our crops. While this was happening, there was another angle to the story. I was romantically involved with Nadia, but after some time she lost interest in me and got involved with my son. They fell in love and got married. We also saved an alien boy known as Xenohumans in Rimworld and named it Ares. Ares was a Yatkin with long tail and furs and ability to convince nearby animal to fight alongside if in trouble. With his animal skills, we were able to tame a rare majestic animal called Thrombos in the game and named her Hinzukorn. Then Nadia became pregnant and down the line we welcomed a baby named Yahya. We captured a wounded person, tended him, he joined our colony and named him Taklu Uncle. He was a very good cook, serving us delicious food. So we did not have to eat food prepared by Nadia, which was truly shit. We were in desperate need of colonists, so we convinced an old man with bad knee to join our colony. He was excellent construction worker, doctor and a better craftsman than me. We found use of him, though he was slow. We called him Nanaji. The saddest part of the story was we lost Nadia due to a disease. I was shot and captured by one of the raiders because of my overconfidence, and once thriving colony turned into a gloomy ruins instantly. Now I will introduce to you what happens when you push the start button in Rimworld. The game will ask you what type of AI storyteller do you want. AI storyteller determines the challenges, events and narrative direction that your colony will face. Each storyteller has distinct personality and style, and there are three: Cassandra Classic, Phoebe Chillax and Randy Random. Cassandra Classic, she creates a steadily increasing curve of challenges, ensuring that the game gradually becomes more difficult over time. Phoebe Chillax. Phoebe Chillax is a more relaxed and forgiving storyteller. She provides long period of calm and fewer dangerous events. Randy Random, as the name suggests, there are random events, anything can happen at any time. Now comes the arduous task of choosing a pawn that you will control during the game, and that is my favorite part. You are introduced with the backstories, relation to the pawn, to other pawns, the skill of the pawn, like is he a good cook or a melee fighter or a plant grower or indeed an intellectual scientist, etc. Traits of your pawn like beauty, nudist or slow learner, etc. is introduced here only. You have to choose wisely because you cannot get perfect pawn here, and you might end with a pawn with good stats but arthritis in the leg, making him slow like a snail. Then a whole world with different faction landscape will be generated. Some factions will be hostile, others will be friendly or neutral. You will be choosing the site where your spaceship will be crash landed. You will choose either from forgiving Greenlands, where growing period is a year round, with some natural defense like mountain to plan your base, or harsh desert with hostile environment, or cold place where the thought of survival will give you chills. And even things, you can choose things which lies in between. And the action begins by your pawn landing on the chosen site along with few resources which will last for a while and give you time to start utilizing the local resources of the planet. You will usually start building shelter for pawns to rest and a stockpile zone which will prevent the initial resources from spoiling. Pawns will interact with each other, might fall in love or hate each other, abusing and landing up in a scuffle. Then source of energy, that is electricity, will be required. You may want to build windmills. Researching new technologies like batteries to store electricity and in turn stabilizing the colony will be a good idea. Food is very important. Farm for it or hunt for it. Cooking the food is essential as your pawns will abhor uncooked food. In the meantime, your colonists might catch dreadful disease, or your colony gets attacked by raiders or machines from outer space called mechanoids come to annihilate your existence. You can even be attacked by mad herds of animals and take you by surprise. So the possibilities are endless. Your main aim will be to survive long enough to build a ship and to leave the planet. That will require you to sweat by tons because it is by no means easy. One of the reasons that this game has stopped aging is because the developers are constantly working very hard to grow the content of the game, and the game has 4 massive DLC, and Anomaly is the last one of that, which was released in April 2024. So first of the DLC was Royalty DLC, big DLC. It had royal titles, psychic powers, it had quests, new factions, new technology and items, and music and art. Then came Ideology, the next DLC. It has ideologies like religion, and it had rituals and festivals, new gameplay mechanics, relics and relic hunt, new quests and challenges, and visual customization. And then came the dearest to my heart, Biotech DLC. It had genetic engineering, mechanoid control where you control machines with brain implants. Then there was children and reproduction. Actually, pawns can reproduce. New factions and threats. new technology and items. And the last game, Anomaly, which introduced supernatural and horror aspect to the game, new type of weapons, new type of researches. So now what makes this game age like fine wine? It's the mods. I have never seen such an active modding community. It's a backbone of this game. In fact, the creator of this game has always backed the modders, and that will make you fall in love with the game. You name it what you want in the game, and there is definitely a mod for that. You want to simulate medieval game? You got it. You want a magic? You got it. You want to have more weapons? You got it. You want to grow cabbage in your field? You got it. You want assistance in user interface? You got it. And you want to add toilets? Also, shit, you got it. So my conclusion to this game is, this game has earned my respect, and I would like to recommend this game to everyone whose heart yearns for adventure and is in search of something very challenging. So signing off, bye.